Judges in lane number 2 are ready as we continue on to junior halftime show teams. Joining us from the state of Pennsylvania, let's give a big 1107 welcome to the Young Americans. Which one of us would have ever thought that those words would lead us to the performance of a lifetime? I know I sure didn't, especially with the night that we had been having. But let's board our Pan Am flight once again and relive the journey that made us national champions. It all starts as soon as school's out. Weekly practices at Roebling to learn another 2-minute and 50-second routine. With people coming and going on vacations, props being made but not functional yet, and trying to learn a routine that is always being changed, these practices, needless to say, are difficult. But they did allow us to learn almost the entire routine by the time baton camp came around. After finishing the routine on the first day of camp, the rest of the week was devoted to cleaning all of our routines so that we could be ready for both our show on Friday and Notre Dame the following week. With a total of 28 girls, 56 batons, and a lot of props, there was much work to be done. But as we all know, there was also a lot of chaos and confusion. Who needs a baton became our mantra of the week because there was always an extra baton laying on the floor by the end of the routine. And who can forget how many times we watched the flags practice running and doing the ripple? That's right, no one. Once we were finally able to figure out counts and where the batons went on the floor, we were able to practice full run-throughs, and oh boy, were they something else. After doing the math, I found out that there were 348 times in the routine where our batons left our hands. Unfortunately, that meant that there could be a ton of drops in the show. But by the end of the week, we were usually able to perform a routine under 10 drops. On our last day of camp, we made some last-minute adjustments in our routine and hoped for the best in our performance that night. With all of the practicing we had done, we were as ready as we were ever going to be. At our Friday night performance, friends and family came to watch all of our routines and cheer us on as we began the last leg of our journey to nationals. Although our routine still had kinks in it, we put on a good show and were ready to go to nationals and compete for the coveted traveling trophy. The following Tuesday, we performed our routine for the judges, but we had a stressful night leading up to our performance. Practicing in a low gym and facing the same problems that we had fixed the previous week, tensions were running high. When we were finally able to take the floor, we had to face the challenges of the overall tiredness of our team and performing after the big names like Sue's Stepperettes and Julie's Touch of Silver. But at 11:07 p.m., Todd finally welcomed us onto the floor for competition, and although I honestly can't remember how I felt during the performance, when I got off of the floor, I was feeling that we had just given the performance of a lifetime. When the time for awards came, we made the symbol of the Young Americans and joined together as a team, hoping and praying that we had given enough in our routine to win. And what about Gwen's reaction when we did? Not only were we the national champions, but Gwen was bestowed the Beth Wilson Artistic Award for her costuming and choreography. I could not have asked for a better finale for my years as a Young American. You have all done so much for me along the way, and I could not be prouder of what we have accomplished as a team. Even though I must leave the Young Americans, the memories that I have made with you will not be forgotten. I am proud to say that I have been a part of the legacy of the Young Americans, and I cannot wait to see how you continue it through all your years of twirling. Just remember, toss high, spin fast, catch, and don't forget to smile. This is Captain Stacy Arner speaking. Pan Am Flight 1107 has now landed. It has been a pleasure flying with you, Young Americans.